A very happy morning to all my dear children. Welcome back to your computer class. Dear children, today we will continue with our chapter Text in PowerPoint 2016. Today we are going to move to part 2 and today we are going to end the chapter. We are finishing the chapter. Yes? So, today we are going to learn how to change the alignment. Dear children, as you are writing in your notebooks, okay, when you are writing in your notebooks, you are writing the heading at the center. Okay, you are writing the heading at the center, then you start writing from the left corner. Yes, that is from the margin you start writing. In the same way, we can change the alignment, that is known as alignment. Okay, in the same way we can change the alignment in the PowerPoint also. Okay, you can adjust the alignment of the text within the placeholder or text box. The paragraph group on the home tab is used for this purpose. Now, same as you write in your notebooks, in the same way we can change the alignment in the PowerPoint also in the paragraph group on the home tab. Okay, now first of all, changing horizontal alignment. Horizontal alignment of the text can be changed by selecting the text and clicking the desired option available in the paragraph group. Now, horizontally also we can change the alignment as well as vertically also. These options are available to us in the paragraph group in the home tab. Please remember the name of the group. Text can be aligned horizontally in four different ways, that is left, right, center and justified. Come on dear children, let's see. So here is our home tab. Okay, but to change the alignment, first we have to select the text. Okay, for suppose I am selecting this first point. Okay, then here are the four options which I am having. This is a left alignment, this is center alignment, this is right alignment, and this is justify alignment. For suppose if I am choosing center, you can see the changes. If I am choosing right alignment, if I am using justified alignment. Okay, dear children. Yes, these are the four types of horizontal alignments given to us. Yes, we will move on. We will switch to left alignment. Then, dear children, here you are having the line spacing, like how much space areas, like space appears between the lines of the text. That is 1 point or 1.5. You can see the difference here, or 2 or 2.5. In the same way you're writing in your notebooks, yes, आप one line leave करके then you start writing. Okay, sometimes you don't leave a line. In the same way we can also leave spacing between the lines. Okay, this is the text direction we are having. This is the aligned text which is used for vertical alignment. Then these are the bullet list, and this is the numbered list, that is creating a numbered list. Then this we are having increasing the list level, that is indent level if we want to increase, and this is to add or remove the columns. But today we are only in this chapter, today we are only going to learn how to change the alignment vertically, horizontally, and how to create a bullet list and numbered list. These all things you will study in your next class, dear children. Is it clear to you? Yes. So what we are having next? Then we are having changing vertical alignment. Vertical alignment of the text can be changed using the align text command available in the paragraph room. This we have seen now only. Where is vertical alignment? Yes, we will see in the practical as well. Changing text direction, then checking the spellings. Yes, for suppose now in your notebooks, if you're doing any mistakes, so ma'am is there to correct you. Yes, ma'am is checking the spellings. In the same way in PowerPoint also we have a spelling tool. Okay, the spelling tool is available in the proofing group on the review tab. In the proofing group on the review tab, when we are making some spelling mistake in our PowerPoint presentation, we are having the spelling group to check our spellings also, dear children. Yes. Now we will see how, first of all, vertical alignment. This is our home tab. Yes. For vertical alignment also, first we have to select the text. Yes. Then here we are having align text. Okay. Top, middle, bottom. You can see the changes here. If I am moving my cursor, yes. If I am selecting the whole text, see dear children, you can see the change in the vertical alignment as well. Middle, bottom. See, the text is moving littlewards downwards. It is in the middle and this is at the top. Is it clear to you, dear children? Then, changing text direction. Now, how to change the text direction? See, here we are having in the paragraph group only, we are having text direction. Okay. Now, it is horizontal. We can rotate at 90 degree. You can see the changes here. Rotate all text as 270 or stacked. See here. Is it clear to you? Yes, we can change the text direction by using this command. Okay, dear children. Now, checking spellings. Now, how to check the spelling? If we are making any mistake, for suppose if here I am making any mistake, that is I am not, that I have deleted two letters, that is A and N. Okay, now how to check the spellings? In the review tab, we are having spellings. Yes, then here, Dhruvas, that is our last PPT, the last chapter which we are having, no, the last time. Here it is asking to change the spelling of this. So we will change to Dhruvas. Yes, we will click on it. Then we will click on change. Yes. Then here, see again it is asking the letters which have having the red line under them. Okay, it is asking to check the spelling. Okay, therefore suppose we want PowerPoint like this, PowerPoints, or there should be space between both two. If we click on this, we will click on. If you want this one, we will then click on change. If you think that your spelling is correct, so you can ignore once or ignore all. You can also do like that. Now here again we are having a spelling like CTRL plus enter is control. We are writing in small letters, but here the PowerPoint is asking to check the spelling. Okay, so we can here click on ignore all. In the same way, see the text is highlighted here. It is having a red line under it, so we can again ignore all. Is it clear to you, dear children? Have you all understood how to check the spellings? Yes, then you can close it from here. If you want to check the spelling of a particular word, now for suppose, if you want to check the spelling of this word, like changing, yes. So we can select this word, yes, and then we can right click on it. Then here we are having some list of words. See, these are the synonyms which we are having. Okay, ching or kegging or ching, cogging, chin. That if we think that our spelling is correct, we can just ignore it to all. Or else, if we think that we want this word only, we can add to dictionary also. Then no red line will be under there under this word. Is it clear to you, dear children? Yes. Now see, if we are selecting this letter, then we are not having any synonyms or any like suggestions for changing the spellings. I just selected that word and just I right clicked on that word. Now see, I am having the different option of cut, copy, paste. Clear to you? If there will be red line under some word, then we can right click also, select that word, and then we can right click also and we can check the spelling, or else you can go on the review tab and check the spellings from here. Yes, dear children, having any doubt? Now we are having creating bulleted and numbered list. A bullet is a dot or a symbol that marks an important line of the information. Now, dear children, as you are writing in your notebooks, you are putting number one, number two, or else you are putting an arrows to write down the steps. Now, in the same way, in PowerPoint also, we can create a bullet list or a numbered list. A bulleted list is used usually when the order of the item in the list does not matter. By default, PowerPoint uses symbol black dot as a bullet. Now, for suppose if you want to write 2 or 3 points on myself, okay, so you just put an arrow, yes, because the order is not important, yes, or else you are writing any suggestions, or if you are writing any entries or anything you are writing when the list of the items is not important. Yes, so you just put an arrow for that. But when the list of items is important, for suppose if you are writing the steps, okay, how to do the experiment in your science subject, if you are writing down the steps, you write step 1, step 2, step 3. That means we want the steps, okay, in an order. Yes, so for that purpose numbered list is used. Clear to you dear children? जब लिस्ट ऑफ आइटम्स इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं, जब उनका ऑर्डर हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, वी क्रिएट अ नंबर्ड लिस्ट. And when we are writing like without, like the items is not important, the order is not important to us कि पहले कोई है दूसरा कोई है हमारे टेक्स्ट में, it is okay. So we create a bulleted list. Is it clear to you, dear children? Now I will show you how to create a bulleted list or a numbered list. For suppose if here now from the next I have to create a bulleted list or a numbered list. In the home tab here I am having, see, by default it will use this black dot only. But if you want anything else, see, the appearance of the appearance of the bulleted list is different. For suppose if you want any other also, if you want this arrow, or else if you want an tick mark also like this, then for suppose now here if you want to create a numbered list, see 1 2 3, or in the Romans then ABC, then small ABC, see here 1. Then for suppose if I am writing here, I am creating a bulleted list like this. Then I am writing here PowerPoint. Then number 2, like a bulleted list. Okay, I'm just giving you an example. If now here the order of the items is important for me, okay, because I'm creating a numbered list. Here the order of items is not important for me because I have created a bulleted list. Okay, it doesn't matter कि कौन सा sentence पहले आता है कौन सा sentence बाद में आता है, it doesn't matter for me. Okay, for suppose if you are writing advantages or limitations in any of your subjects, so you create a bulleted list. But if you are writing down the steps, okay, for anything you create a numbered list like this. The same way you can do in the PowerPoint presentation also. Is it clear to you, dear children? Yes. Next, we are having worksheet which is there in your textbook only on page number 87. Okay. This is the second question which you have to do in the textbook itself. Okay. First two I have done for you. That is, you have to explain the following terms: character spacing. Now, what is character spacing? It adjusts the spacing between the characters. We have studied in video lesson 1. Uppercase, all the characters are in uppercase, that is capital letters. Two terms I have explained it for you. The rest two you have to find out from the chapter. You have to go through to the video lesson as well as the chapter as well. Then you will find out the answer. And these answer of all following terms, you have to write it in the textbook itself on page number 87. Is it clear to you, dear children? I hope you understood the chapter very well. If you are having any doubts, you are free to call me, dear children. We will meet next time with something more interesting in computer. Till then, bye-bye. God bless you all.